time I've got a secret OP build for you. We're going to go with our ultra rapid fire build with a change to my old one, and that's this Iceborne Gauntlet. Just go for massive cooldown reduction, so by the end of the game, you've just got a constant barrage of stuns and stars coming at them. The other small change that we're going to make is instead of our typical electrocute, we're going to go for Conqueror. Because you don't have that burst damage where you're bursting down, you're going to be in these fights a lot longer, and Conqueror ends up being a much better rune for this build. It requires a certain team comp. You've got to have people that can follow up. You're not going to have that typical damage output that you've got on single targets. So you need people that can come in behind you. But in this meta of assassins, not usually an issue. Usually got someone on your team that can follow up. So now we'll jump into the game and I'll show you what this looks like. So in this game, we had a Kha'Zix and a Caitlyn for some good damage output, same with a Pyke, and then a Mundo for tanking for us. So this was a really, really good game to use this build on. Also was playing into a Pyke mid, which doesn't work all that well. So that was another good option to play into. If you don't want to watch the full game, go ahead and skip to the end so you can see what this looks like, how fast you can get these abilities off. You're basically playing ultra rapid fire in normal mode, so it works out pretty well. So again, just get my normal vision in there. That helps me keep an eye on the enemy jungle, and helps my jungle keep an eye on the enemy jungle. And going with the normal routine here, just trying to clear these waves as quickly as possible. I don't believe Pyke is real good at clearing under his tower, so just another good reason to clear these out quickly. Whenever possible, trying to hit my abilities on both minions and the enemy champion. And again, Pyke came in to hit me and hadn't cleared his wave at all, so without hitting him at all, he took a ton of minion damage. Just another good reason to clear these waves as quickly as possible. Able to get another minion and champion stun there and clear out this wave. We see Master Yi coming in, but again, with that wave there, he's just taken a ton of damage. Pyke does get the stun, so I'm not able to finish that out, but Kha'Zix is able to get a nice invade off of that damage. So he can use that to snowball and deny Yi his farm, which he needs to get into his late game. Taking that opportunity of a nice fast wave clear to come back and get my items. I don't believe I've finished anything. Nope, still working on our normal Rylas. I recently got the advice that Rylas isn't necessarily the best first item, that it's better to go with that Rod of Ages, because it helps you scale better into the late game, but I tried it out and I still just, it doesn't work for me. I miss out on too many kills and have a hard time. You don't get that help to help your jungler clear kills, and then you also miss out on the weakness, which increases everyone's damage output by 5%. So I tried it out, but I'm still sticking with my Ryla's first item just to help with the kill secures. Set does a good job of dodging that stun. Maybe a little preemptive on the ult there, but now with set so low, I'm able to come in here with Mundo, tank for him, and he can finish that out. So I just didn't want that set to be getting super fed. He had already got Mundo once, and I didn't want Mundo to forgetting the word when you throw your game. So I wanted to come up there and help him out. We were under 4 minutes, so no real threat of my turret going down, and able to come back in now with not quite my Rylus. But got that wave cleared out nicely, and making Pike clear under tower. And now I go back for my Rylus. Probably should have cleared that wave before I went. So that was a mistake there. Thought about going top there with my Comet, but it was just he was already back to tower, and I didn't know how low Mundo had gotten or what his situation was, so I didn't want to be caught 2v1 this early in the game. Got nice fast clears now, and kind of up to help this Kha'Zix get the set. Force him back with the stun, and Kha'Zix should be able to... Oh! I would have had Kha'Zix take that, but he walked off before securing the kill, so I'll take it. Coming back in to help with the Yi again. And this should be a pretty easy secure. Yep. And I did take quite a bit of turret damage from that exchange, but picked up a number of assists, and we're getting to the point where we can snowball. Yep, sitting at 1-0-2. And wave clears are going really fast now. I saw Pike used his stun there, so I came in to see if I could get my combo in on him, at least force him back. And now I can come in and push this wave under tower and deny a whole bunch of gold to the Pike. Not too worried about this E. I had my stun and a big turret, or a big minion wave to help me get some damage down. I've got my Comet up, so just looking to come in and help this Kha'Zix. I assumed he was just gonna run, which is why I didn't Comet in. I didn't really like the situation there. But now with them chasing, I can come in with the stun, pick up the Yi, and chase down the set with the Rylus. Without Rylus, set easily would have gotten away there. We've got an Ashe down bottom that's getting fed. I haven't come in at all yet to bottom, just the opportunities haven't come up. Or at least I haven't seen them. So a little concerning there. Also, maybe a little bit inexperienced Kha'Zix. I would have expected him to solo that Rift Herald up there. He should take that in no time. So maybe he doesn't quite understand the capabilities of his champion. So setting up vision here for this dragon to kind of encourage him to come down and take it. Missed my stun a bit there, got a bit greedy and lucky here that I didn't get caught directly under tower. And Karma's doing a really good job of forcing me off that Ashe, just not an option to come in to get her. But now see if we can come in 3v1 and take this Karma or the tower. I realized my mid tower was in danger, so I used my Comet to come over and save it. Which I do for the time being. But now I've really got to go back. I've got no honey fruits in the area, low on mana. And I believe I lose my turret this time around. But at least push it off for a little bit. Clear the wave. And then start looking for my next roam. I don't have Comet up yet, though. So it's going to have to be a walk. Yi was AFK, so we will make him pay for that. And then see if we can come in and get the stun off to pick up some bottom kills. Really good flash there, but was able to pick him up with my ult. I didn't see the set coming in and thought with this Caitlyn we might be able to take this turret. And now we're in running mode. Remember that when you're running, you want to be on the bottom side of the champion so that they are walking into your stars. And when you're attacking, you want to be on the top side of them so that your stars are coming in faster from a running target. So I got my stun off immediately, came to the bottom side of the map, and was able to use my stasis and Comet to escape. And I guess a while back, I got my Awakened Soul Stealer, and with this pickup, my my cooldowns are really starting to drop. Also working on my next, the Gnasher's Tooth, which is not a normal build for Aurelion Soul, but it's got 25 cooldown, 25 cooldown reduction, which is pretty steep, and it really helps out with this build. It also helps you be less defenseless when all of your abilities are down. Just gets you a bit more damage output on your basic attack. With all these minions and a Caitlyn, we can easily take this tower, even with the Pyke sitting there. He's got to back off. And I believe I can go back and get my Gnasher's Tooth. Oh, no. Getting closer. Alright, so at this point we can't see a whole lot on the map, just kind of waiting. I want Mundo to kind of draw people in. You can be an initiator, but it's almost always better to hang back, let someone else initiate, and then drop in on top of them. At this point, Master Yi has started trolling and intentionally feeding for a little bit. He does start playing again here in a little bit. I backed out of that Karma a little too early. Thought I would have had her, but Kha'Zix was able to pick it up anyways, and I followed him in for the second kill. I believe at this point my Soul Stealer, I've got 3 on my Soul Stealer, so starting to pick up the ultimate haste. I don't really have to worry as much about when I'm using my ult, can just kind of use it. We're also starting to get to the point where I don't have to worry too much about using my abilities in general because they're coming up so often. Not quite to the ultra rapid fire mode yet, but getting there. So 2 seconds on my comet, 5 seconds on my stun, or on my stars. I should have 5 seconds on my 2 seconds on my stars, 5 seconds on my stun. So we can come in, set up a kill, and then go right back in. And I got a bit greedy there. I guess at the time, I believe I didn't realize how fed Ash was. I wasn't really paying attention. I was mostly worried about what my build was doing. We have picked up our Nash's Tooth and just about done with our Iceborne Gauntlet, which is almost never used, maybe even never used on Aurelion Soul, but I found it really useful. So we've got two 25s with our Soul Stealer and our Nash's Tooth, and then this Iceborne Gauntlet is a 30 on the ability Haste. So when we pick that up, our cooldowns are going to drop way down. Yi's still intentionally feeding, so that's a little disappointing. It's never fun to win that way, but with Ash getting so fed, it actually didn't end up being too lopsided. And that last time Ash caught me out, I got a little bit more cautious and just trying to sit back a bit more. And we'll just watch these cooldowns. So still at 5 seconds on the cooldown on the stun. And 2 seconds on my stars. 25 on my ult. So they're starting to be up all the time now. So I can use them offensively, defensively, whatever I need to do. My abilities are always up. Kind of missed my ult. If I had gone after Ash there, that would have been a lot better. But I was auto casting, and I forgot I had switched my auto casting to closest, because that's generally best when people are chasing, which is generally when I auto cast. So we've now picked up our Iceborne Gauntlet, and our abilities are now going to be up all the time. So things are starting to get interesting. That also gets us a bit more survivability, get a bunch of health and armor, and some more mana to keep us going since we're throwing abilities down all the time. So Yi has realized, oh wait, maybe we're not just going to lose this, and he starts playing again. So that's nice. We're going to comment in on this dragon. I like to come in with a big stun just to get some damage down, and if there's a person, or if there's an enemy trying to get in, we catch the Ash out and immediately come back down for the Karma. She realizes we're coming, runs off, and then flashes out, so we lose her. But Mundo is chasing, and so we'll see if we can come in and help. We get the set down, and easy pickup on the Karma. Yi is back to trolling again. And I'm going to calm it back to help out our inhibitor turret, which has got a bunch of minions at it. And I'm able to do that because my cooldowns are just so low that my comet is almost always up. So now about a second, maybe a second and a half cooldown on my stars. And my comet is 5 seconds away from being up. So probably not the fastest game. We probably could have picked this up a bit faster, but I wasn't too worried about my macros. I kind of wanted this to go late game to try out the build, um, and so wasn't pushing the team for uh, macros. We probably could have just gone down bottom here and won with all these enemy team here. Pick up a nice stun. And another stun. 4 seconds now on the stun. And for some reason I thought that turret was down, which is why I commented up. But again, I've got my comet back up in 15 seconds, so worth it. When you go this build, if you're asking yourself, should I throw out this ability? The answer is almost always yes. I mean, I just used my full kit and everything is back up. Or my ult's on its way back up. 5 seconds now. So yeah, 4 seconds on the stun. Second and a half on the stars. 21 seconds on my ult. So I comet out of there just so I don't go down. Pick up the honey fruit just in case we go back in, but I'm probably going to want to back at this point. Maybe should have stayed to help those guys, but I wanted to come back and get my Ludens. And I actually think I've hit max cooldown. And probably could have gone Leandries instead. I'll have to play with that. I don't know if I needed to go Ludens. So just following the team fight along parallel, make sure I pick up that Ash and get the shutdown. Not that I need it anymore because I'm at full build. And again, I believe I am at max cooldown reduction, so maybe switching out that the Luden's Echo for a Leandries, because that'll help me out better with tanks, which is one of the things that this build is really good for. I in a past game was able to 1v1 a Mundo, where normally a Mundo just destroys ASOL because you get your abilities off and then you're kind of stuck. But since they're up so often, you can kind of dance around them, keep putting down damage, and make an extended fight out of it. So again, remember the weakness gives Kha'Zix 5% extra damage there. So really important to have your Rylas and weakness for all sorts of reasons. Come in behind, get a nice stun down, and able to survive and let the team clean up. I'll come back out and help finish this out, but they already got it. So I'll come clear this big wave, which I'm sure the enemy was a little frustrated with, that they set up this giant wave, and I'm able to clear it in a couple seconds. So now I'm thinking, yeah, we've played with them enough. It's probably time to finish this. Start thinking more macro, just in case they are able to take us down and win off these big cooldown, or win off these big death timers. Come out and help finish off this Baron, just in case. I saw the pike sitting over there. And E looks like is back to whoa, Kha'Zix is doing a lot of damage. I think that may be the biggest chunk I've ever seen. And that's why this build works. I'm doing a decent amount of damage, but nowhere near what my normal build does. But with the cooldown reductions and how often I've got abilities up, I'm able to put down a lot of damage. And we'll see when we open up the damage stats that we put down a lot of damage. So look at that, 46,000 damage, 31 kill participation. So more than their enemy 80 carry, who got a quadra kill and was carrying their team. With a relatively low damage build, but because your abilities are up all the time, you're able to get down so much more damage. Anyways, give it a try. As long as you've got the right team comp, you need some sort of damage dealer. But again, with this assassin meta, you're usually going to get somebody that can follow up. So, till next time.